Embark on a heart-pounding journey into the life of Greg Plitt, a two-time All-American wrestler turned U.S. Army Ranger, skydiving daredevil, and the world's top fitness model. This gripping story unfolds with a shocking twist on a routine rail track photo shoot in January 2015. As we delve into Greg's extraordinary life, dominated by courage and boundless pursuits, the narrative takes a dark turn that leaves us questioning the mysterious circumstances surrounding his final moments. What was going through his mind in those harrowing seconds? Imagine a powerhouse who, as a two-time All-American and three-time state champion, dominated the wrestling ring. A U.S. Army Ranger in charge of a strong squad including more than 180 soldiers. A professional skydiver with over 2,500 jumps soaring through the heavens. A four-handicap champion in golf, and to top it all off, a model, actor, sponsored athlete, and businesswoman. Yes, the life of Greg Plitt does resemble a story from the world of superheroes. Greg was well known for his daring and brave pursuits, but on a fatal day in January 2015, while he was setting out on an exhilarating adventure, the world saw a tragic turn that nobody could have predicted. Greg Plitt's final moments took a horrific turn. A standard rail track picture session turned into a dance with destiny. What was going through his head when those last few seconds passed? Was it a terrible mishap, or was there something more sinister going on? Prepare yourself as we take you on a fantastic journey through the life of Greg Plitt, the world's top fitness model, a journey that came to an end on those tracks in an instant and will live on forever. On November 3, 1977, Greg Plitt was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Greg stood out from a young age due to his boundless energy and perseverance. He was a passionate sportsman who excelled in football, wrestling, and golf, exhibiting the spirit of competition that would guide his future pursuits. His parents instilled in him the belief that hard effort pays off and that you may travel both mentally and physically, no matter where your thoughts wander. Greg was receiving numerous offers from universities to wrestle for them because of his exceptional wrestling ability and 4.0 GPA. But when his older sister paved the way by enrolling in the U.S. Naval Academy, Greg's journey took a drastically different turn. Seeing her rise to a strong persona within the demands of her education, military service, and athletics kindled a deep-seated ambition in Greg to leave a lasting legacy. Greg's original goal was to enlist in the Navy, much like his sister. Still, destiny had other ideas. He was allowed to flourish on a larger platform at West Point, the U.S. military college, when they saw his ability. Because the Naval Academy was closer to home, and his sister would be available to aid if needed, his family encouraged him to enroll there. Imagine having to decide between being comfortable and pushing yourself to the limit. Greg thought about his options and concluded that his dread of leaving the comforts of home, the fear of West Point, had been preventing him from pursuing his goals. Unexpectedly, Greg decided to join West Point rather than follow the crowd. He had no idea how this choice would mold Greg Plitt into the man who would inspire millions of people later. The intense training and the unwavering quest for excellence, all of it was a part of the process that made Greg become an airborne ranger and Army captain. His tenure was finished, yet his motivation remained strong. Although Greg's time in the military was a proud moment in his life, his journey didn't finish there. For some, it might seem like a big step to go from the military to the entertainment industry, but not for Greg. Greg's relationship with the actress he was seeing took him on unforeseen adventures into the world of acting. When he saw her read lines for her auditions, he was astounded by how well she could play a variety of roles. He tried his hand at modeling and acting despite his initial lack of experience. Because of his hard work, Greg was able to land prominent roles in popular television series like Mystery Millionaire and Workout, designed to sell Days of Our Lives, as well as blockbuster movies like Terminator Salvation and The Good Shepherd, where he starred alongside legendary actors like Christian Bale and Robert De Niro. Greg Plitt's legacy, however, goes beyond his work as an aspiring actor and Army captain. The fitness industry is where his legacy is most evident. Greg was a fitness enthusiast. It all started when his father acquired a home gym when he was in the 6th grade, and he became even more inspired after seeing his older sister's transformation at the Naval Academy. This motivation propelled him to transform his body into something remarkable, dedicating himself to rigorous training and creating a masterpiece of a physique. Greg's genuine love was fitness, which propelled him to establish himself as a notable figure in the field. Periodical film Greg had an outstanding portfolio, and crew modeling agencies couldn't get enough of him. With over 200 fitness magazine covers under his belt, Greg has an excellent resume. A 5-year streak of 8 national commercials, 50 print cologne and clothing campaigns, and a record of appearing on a fitness magazine cover every month. To further highlight his wide-ranging influence and variety of talents, he has been on the covers of 25 romance novels. He made a lasting impression on the fitness and fashion industries. He became the world's top fitness model and received sponsorships from Rex Under Armour in Gold's Gym as a result of his everlasting dedication and unmatched work ethic. Greg likened his role as a physical trainer to that of a military recruit trainer. That change that occurs in someone who enlists in the military. A large number of them arrive with extremely negative attitudes, but as they change and grow into the men they have always wanted to be, other troops begin to look up to them as role models. It's more satisfying than anything I've ever done to be able to coach someone, transform them, and bring out all of the wonderful attributes that everyone possesses when they are proud and hold their heads high. With an uncontrollable magnetic personality and motivational charisma, Greg turned his passion into a successful career as a fitness entrepreneur, author, and sought-after public speaker. His captivating presence grabbed attention whether he was exposing television shows, speaking at seminars, or inspiring others to adopt a healthier lifestyle through the hundreds of hours of videos on his website. As a sizable internet fan base, Greg Plitt inspired and connected with millions of people by utilizing the newly discovered power of social media. With an inside peek at his training philosophy, life lessons, and adventurous adventures, his YouTube channel blossomed into a motivational hotspot for visitors. Greg's impact was immense, ranging from sharing his growth ideas to challenging physical feats. Greg Plitt stayed steadfastly dedicated to being real and pushing the envelope even with his larger-than-life persona. He started taking risks to pursue his love of the spectacular. His experience included skydiving, mountain climbing, and strenuous physical tasks, as he was always trying to show that boundaries weren't supposed to be broken. And just when he believed that this was a tale of unending victory, the hand of fate took its cruelest turn. Tragedy struck in 2015 on a terrible January afternoon. The most severe situations were frequently Greg Plitt's destination due to his unquenchable quest for thrills. The pressure of getting a spectacular shot for an upcoming movie had him hooked on a barren train track that fateful day. He was unaware that this audacious choice would initiate a series of events that would irreversibly impact his life's trajectory. The silence was broken just as Greg turned his attention to the chute by the sound of an approaching train's horn. Greg was imprisoned in a race against time in a terrifying turn of events. He was struggling to accept the situation as it was, and the seconds passed by. The thoughts that raced through his mind when he faced the very real threat of a disastrous consequence are merely our imaginations. Regretfully, even with his extraordinary endeavor, the harsh laws of nature eventually caught up with Greg. Due to the train's unstoppable pace, a collision was unavoidable. Those who respected Greg Plitt's boldness and energy were left with a hole when his amazing journey came to an abrupt end in those terrifying moments. While sprinting between the rails, Greg was struck and murdered by a northbound Metrolink commuter train. A camera positioned in the lead locomotive's cabin, on board the event recorder, captured the whole episode that led to his death. Police said that after watching the footage, Greg might have thought the train was approaching him from behind on a different track from the one he was on. Just after he was knocked off the rails and out of view, he might have been attempting to outrun the train at the last second. He was filming a video for a commercial for an energy drink that he produced himself. Greg's pals wanted to record him jogging next to the train while they were filming workouts to demonstrate the impact of the energy drink. Warren Coulter, who had been acquainted with Greg Plitt, 37, for 15 years, described it as just a strange instance when everything went out of control. Greg performed everything incredibly well. Coulter claimed that this was an error and that no one had ever napped. He was wearing all black, according to a Metrolink passenger who saw him as the train passed. I watched him stutter across the tracks while holding a camera. According to another witness, Greg misunderstood the circumstances, stumbled and fell, not being able to get up in time to avoid being hit by the train. When Christina Staskal, Greg's girlfriend, told the Los Angeles Times that he was merely attempting to get the best shot when he was hit, she broke down in tears. Christina compared him to Superman and claimed he liked to push things to the limit. Greg and Christina met through their mutually supportive mothers and had been dating for roughly 18 months. Through his inspirational speeches and films, Greg Plitt touched millions of people and transformed their lives. He would do anything for his supporters, no matter what. His life served as an example of the idea that there is always room for improvement. His legacy has inspired innumerable people to embrace life with courage and pursue their aspirations with unwavering resolve. He felt that passion, purpose, and tenacity were the keys to realizing our greatest potential. In the wake of Greg Plitt's awe-inspiring yet tragic journey, his legacy continues to resonate. Subscribe now to stay connected as we unravel more gripping stories and explore the indomitable spirit that defined the life of this extraordinary individual.